Am I audible? Is my screen visible? So today's topic is Introduction to Lean Six Sigma. We will be starting from the first chapter itself. It's the first chapter. If anyone is joining late, please help them out with the page number or the chapter number. So the basics of Lean Six Sigma. So you have to divide it into Lean and Six Sigma. Okay, these are two separate philosophies of quality management per se. Okay, so Six Sigma, it focuses on reducing any variation in your process. Variation means something that is not normal. Okay, it enhances the process control. Whereas when we talk about lean, it refers to driving out waste. And what is waste? Anything in the procedure or process that does not add any value. Okay, and promotes work standardization. So that is lean and Six Sigma. Six Sigma is about reducing errors, variation. Lean, reducing waste. Okay. So when you combine together, the combination of both of them is very powerful in reducing any issues, improving the quality. Okay. They also complement each other. Okay. When you are well versed with any one of them, either lean or Six Sigma, introducing or putting into use the other one becomes very easy. Lean accelerates Six Sigma. If you are working on a lean project and then you are adding a Six Sigma philosophy to it, your work will become very easy and much faster because already you have done half the work by following the lean techniques. Half the work is already done. Now you only have to follow the Six Sigma principles or methodology. Okay. So it's kind of in a way, the lean sets the foundation for Six Sigma. Okay. And both of them, they are a very comprehensive tool set. Okay. So what is Lean Six Sigma? Lean, which means reduce waste by streamlining the process. Streamlining the process means what? Anything that does not add value, anything that does not add value, you remove it. Any step, any process or procedure that does not add value, you remove it. Okay. Six Sigma reduces defects by effectively solving the problems. Defects means something that has gone wrong, which cannot be sold. You can't sell something that is defective in the market. Okay. So when you reduce the defects, you can sell 100% of what you have manufactured. Okay. There is nothing that went into loss. That is Six Sigma. So combining these both of them together, Lean Six Sigma. Lean accelerates Six Sigma by solving problems, improving the processes. Okay, it becomes more faster and more efficient. Okay, if you are well versed with Lean, your company, your hospital is already doing Lean based management. When you introduce Six Sigma later on, your processes become very fast, very efficient. Okay, so Lean Six Sigma, it is a fact based, data driven philosophy of improvement that values defect prevention over defect detection. Okay, you do not want to detect anything that is wrong at the end. You want to prevent all the defects from the start itself. It's not like that. Let's complete all the process and at the end, let's see what is defective, what is not defective. It's not like that. Okay, from the step one itself, let's do our process in such a way there is no mistake at all. Okay, so that is Lean Six Sigma. It also drives customer satisfaction by reducing waste, waiting time, promote making sure that there is standardization. Standardization means there is one rule that is applicable to all. Okay. Everyone has to follow that standard. Everyone has to follow the policy. Okay. Just because you have 10 years of experience doesn't mean you can do things differently from a fresher. A fresher or a senior most staff both have to follow the same standards in a process or a procedure. Okay, so that is Lean Six Sigma. And it can apply anywhere, wherever there is a waste. Okay, wherever there is a waste, you can apply Lean Six Sigma techniques there. Okay. So what is lean? Lean is simply a method of streamlining the process. What do you mean by streamlining? Remove every waste. Anything and everything that you consider as waste. What is a waste? Something that you do that does not have any value. Okay, that does not add any value to your system, that does not add any value to your procedure for your organization. There are some things that goes on in every department that does not hold any value. Even without that, your department can survive. Okay. So a lean process is faster, more efficient, more economical. It delivers satisfactory quality as well. So 8 waste of lean. So if you want to remove waste, you have to understand what is waste. Okay. So what is waste? It's an activity that is not required to complete a process or a procedure. Okay. After removing the waste, the only steps required to produce a product or service that is satisfactory to the customer will remain. Okay, so you're cutting down a lot of unwanted time. Okay, you're cutting down a lot of unwanted processes. Okay, they all come under waste. Anything that is unwanted that can save your resources, that can save your money, time, value. Okay, they all come under waste. So these are the 8 wastes that you see in lean. First one is transport waste. Okay. So waste in transportation, it includes movement of people, tools, inventory, equipment, products. Okay. More than that is necessary. Unnecessarily moving things around, equipments around, okay, resources around. When you unnecessarily move things here and there, which is not required, that is a transport waste. Excessive movement of materials can also lead to product damage and defects. Unnecessarily, when anything is in transit, it can cause damage. Okay, damage in transit because there was an unnecessary movement. Additionally, excessive movement of equipments can lead to unnecessary work, greater wear and tear, and exhaustion. Okay, the more you move articles from one point to other, the more it has the chances of getting uh, bad. Okay, it has a greater chance of undergoing wear and tear, exhaustion. Okay. Next is inventory. Oftentimes it is difficult to think about excess inventory as waste. Okay, in accounting, inventory is seen as an asset, and oftentimes suppliers give discount for bulk purchases. Okay, but having more inventory than necessary to sustain a steady workflow can also lead to problems such as product defects, damaged materials, greater lead time in production, inefficient allocation of capital or budgeting, problems being hidden away in the inventory because the equipment is still in the inventory. It has not come out in the open. How will you identify the problem? You can't identify an equipment or an article if it is working or not working until and unless it is used. Okay? Things that are kept in the inventory are unused. You do not know how many problems are even hiding in the inventory. Okay? Next is motion waste. So, waste in motion means any unnecessary movement of people like walking, lifting, reaching, bending, stretching, moving. Unnecessarily, when staffs are doing this work, they are exhausted. It also increases their safety risk. Okay, health issues, risk of health issues, safety issues. Okay, everything increases the more the staff moves around a lot, lifts a lot of heavy materials. Okay, so that is motion waste. Just to, for example, in hospital, just to get a discharge summary ready, a staff nurse, okay, may have to go to three different floors, may have to go to three different departments to get something signed, to get them something sealed. Okay, so the staff is moving so much just for one discharge to be done. Instead, if that waste was removed while the staff is being seated in her own ward, she can complete online with hospital software without moving to other departments. She can get the things verified, necessary documents verified, and at least 3 to 4 discharges can be done at the very same time when she was running for one discharge from point one to point A. That is some motion waste. Okay. Then you have waiting time. Waiting time, it includes people waiting on material or equipment, ideal time of equipment as well. So ideal time of equipment is also a waiting time. Okay. When the equipment is not being used, it is just kept as it is. Okay, without being used, that is also a waiting time. Okay, a CT or MRI scanner, it's ideally sitting there. There is no customers for its use. X-ray machine, USG machine. Simply it is just sitting there without being used. That is also wasting away the ideal time of making money by through this equipments, right? That is waiting time. That's a time waste. Then you have overproduction. When manufacturing a product or an element of a product before it is been asked for or required and it is not being sold. Okay. Before the customer is asking for it, the product is ready. Okay. That is overproduction. You may find it tempting to produce as many products as possible when there is idle worker or equipment time. Okay, when the equipment is sitting idle and workers are sitting idle, you as a manager may think, let's make them work, let's make them do more work. Okay, but that could lead to overproduction. Then over processing, doing more work, adding more components, or having more steps in a product and service than what is required. Okay, like in admission process. Admission process should hardly take 15 minutes to 20 minutes. That's it. Okay, but if you have too many steps involved in admission process, it can take up to about 1 hour. Over processing is done. Unnecessary things that need not to be done or which can be done in the ward later on. Okay, that is also been pushed into the admission process. It means admission process will take a lot of time. Okay, admission process will become very slow. People will have to wait a lot for getting admitted. Okay, so that is over processing. Just an example of it. Then you have defects. So defects occur when a product is not fit for use. This typically results in either reworking or scraping the product, which results in waste. Okay, when you are reworking it, again, you will have to put more resources into it. And anything that cannot be reworked and it has, if it is defective, it cannot be sold. Okay, so that goes into waste. So defects can cause a lot of waste. You cannot sell it, you can't rework it, and you have lost a lot of resources, skills, electricity, etc. to make that product. Then unutilized talent or skills. Okay, which means you have well qualified staff. Okay, good and well qualified staffs are there on board, but you are not using their skills. Okay, you are not giving them the task they are skilled to do. Okay, for example, a critical care trained nurse, emergency care trained nurse is being posted in the OPD ward. Okay, so her skills are getting wasted, her talent is getting wasted. Okay, so that is the eighth waste. So these are the 8 waste of lean. So types of Six Sigma. Six Sigma has 3 types in healthcare, information technology, and manufacturing. In healthcare, the use of Six Sigma is to reduce healthcare associated infection, medication errors, reduce the documentation time, waiting time for patients. So for these all areas in healthcare, Six Sigma is used. In information technology, to upgrade a product, okay, you have, let's say, iPhone 15, 14 Pro is what you have. Okay, now they will go to iPhone 15 Pro. Okay, with the help of Six Sigma, they will upgrade it. Whatever was error in the previous version, that will be rectified and corrected, and the new version will be released. Okay, so in information technology, usually to upgrade, to find out any viruses. Okay, in IT industry, to find out viruses, to prevent hacking. Okay, Six Sigma can be used. In manufacturing, to make the manufacturing process more efficient, to completely utilize the resources, to help with budgeting. Okay, on all those areas, Six Sigma is used. And what does Six Sigma mean? It measures how many defects you have in the process. You can systematically figure out how to eliminate them. Only if you know what is a waste, what are the defects, only then you can understand how to remove it. Without knowing what is a waste in your segment, without knowing what is an error or defective piece in your production, you will not figure out a way to eliminate it. Okay, and get to as close as zero defects as possible is what Six Sigma is. In Six Sigma, you want your manufacturers or service providers to give out zero defective products and service. Okay, so Six Sigma is named after the statistical component concept, where a process only produces 3.5 defects per million opportunities, DPM. Okay, so for example, you have 1 million opportunities where things can go wrong. Okay, where error can take place, where a defect can take place. From out of that 1 million opportunities, only 3.4 opportunities were having errors or waste. Okay, remaining 99.9996%, it was defect free product or service. That is Six Sigma. Okay, you can compare where is 1 million and where is 3.4. 1 million means 10 lakh. Okay, so you have 10 lakh and 3.4. Out of 10 lakh opportunities, just 3.4 times you are failing. That's it. That is Six Sigma. So as close to zero defects. So Six Sigma can therefore be also thought as a goal. Okay, even if you are not able to achieve Six Sigma level practically, you can at least consider Six Sigma as a goal that you want to work towards. Okay. Benefits of Six Sigma: it increases the revenue. It increases the organization's revenue by streamlining the process, removing everything that is wasteful. It is removed. And now you can increase more revenue because everything that gets produced is getting sold. It decreases the cost. Lean Six Sigma will decrease your organization's cost, improves efficiency of your staff and your organization, and it develops effective employees and people, okay, who take leadership and who take accountability for their actions. How does Lean Six Sigma work? Okay, so we have the DMAC methodology here. DMAC is one of the most commonly used methodology in Six Sigma. DMAC stands for define, measure, analyze, improve, control. So define. What is define? First, you should know what is the problem. Only then you can solve it. Okay. So that is this first step. Define the problem. Understand what is your problem. Okay. Write down your problem properly. Then you can work on it. Then measure. Map the current process to collect data. Okay. The second step is map the current process to collect data, which means right now what is happening right now as we speak. Right, draw it out. Do a process mapping. Okay. Do a bar graph, histogram of the present data. Okay. So that is mapping out your current process. In analyze, investigate and identify what causes the problem. So now you know what is happening right now. You will look into it. What all things are happening right now, where it is right, where it is wrong. How can we improve? How can we solve the problem? So in analyze, in this investigation will go on. You will dig deeper and deeper to find solutions. Now you have the solutions. Okay. You have to put it into test. So that is improve. Implement a fix that will solve the problem. Implement the solution that you have found so that you see the problem getting solved. Okay. Just by finding a solution, it's not easy. The work is not done. You have to put it into action. Okay. Then in control phase, sustain the improved results. Okay. Whatever improvement you have brought, if it has given you a positive change, okay, you have to make it into a standard. That solution should become a standard so that everyone practices it. Okay, so you can sustain that improved results. So myths about Six Sigma. Six Sigma is only concerned with reducing defects. No, it is only for engineering activities. No, anywhere it can be applied. It has difficult to understand statistics. No, Six Sigma uses simple statistics like mean, median, mode, standard deviation, normal distribution curve. Okay? And Six Sigma is just a training. No, it is also a skill set that will enable you to use the skills that you have learned in Six Sigma and apply it wherever required. Benefits of Six Sigma: generates sustained success over a period of time. For everyone, Six Sigma helps to set a goal. Every single individual, every single employee will have a goal they have to work towards. Enhances value to the customer. It accelerates the rate of improvement. The way how quality improvement happens, it is faster. It promotes learning and cross-pollination. One department can learn from the other department, from the mistakes of the other department when Six Sigma is going on. It executes strategic change. Strategic change means what? From top management, they want to do some change. Okay. So with Six Sigma, a change from top to down is easy. Key elements of quality: the customer, the process, the employee. The customer is an important element because customers decide the quality. Okay, it's the customer who decides the quality. The process, another important factor because process should be preventive, not detective. Okay, processes should be preventive. Every process should prevent errors and prevent waste, not detect errors and detect waste at the end. And the employee, the person who is carrying out the process, okay, they have the goal that they have to achieve to make this process a success. So these are the three key elements of quality. So that's about Lean Six Sigma. If you have any queries here, please mention in the chat box.